Ladies and gentlemen, hobos and tramps, cockeyed mosquitoes and bow-legged ants, I'm gonna make me a shaving case. Here's my old case that I've used for many years, and it's got a couple of problems though. One thing is that the zipper went haywire. You can see right here where it's stripped out, and I can't zip it up anymore. Also, inside we have all kinds of tears and cuts and bruises that the poor thing has been over. You can see right here there's a tear, and down here and the bottom is all tough. So, but instead of buying a new one, I'm going to make myself a new one. Objects that are not square but rounded, like this case, that open up and whatnot. It's just kind of hard to measure something like this with our handy dandy straight ruler. So what I'm going to use is a not so handy dandy but equally effective flexible ruler. We're going to measure the bottom, and we have 9 inches by 6 inches, but we have to add for the sewing around the edge, so we're going to add 3/8 of an inch to this when we do the drawing for it. The side goes up 5 inches, but I've found using this case it's too short. There's stuff I can't put in it, so I'm going to add 2 inches. I'm going to make this 7 inches. And then of course we got to add our 3/4 for the sewing edge. Now we're going to measure it from seam to seam. So we have 15 inches. So we need 15 3/4. So now we got it measured, and we're going to put this thing in SketchUp and make a drawing. Here's our SketchUp drawing. We have the bottom, and then we have the side. We're going to have to make 2 of those sides, of course, and then we'll have to find a zipper and to sew in the top. But for now we're going to, this is very simple measurements, so we're going to do it on the leather instead of cutting out the stencils and cutting around that. We're just going to do it on the leather. I found this piece of leather that I have, and it turns out it's pretty doggone close to what we need. Now, for these measurements and to cut this out, I'm going to use a square. This gives me perfectly right angles. So we're going to put this on here. Make sure that we're not over the edge, and we're as close to the edge as we can get. Use just a regular pencil to mark it. $15 3/4. Now we're going to measure this corner here, but we're not going to draw the lines yet because I want to make sure this is perfectly square, so I'm going to measure corner to corner and corner to corner. Now we'll see what we got. 22 and 15/16. There we go. We got our corners. So now we'll draw our lines. Now we have to come down here, turn this around so you can see better, and we have to measure the bottom. So we got 9 3/4 and 6 3/4. We're square. There we go. Now we got 3 pieces of leather to cut out. Here we go. We got our handy dandy box cutter, and we're going to cut this leather. I got lined up along the line here. There we go. We got 1, 2 sides, exactly alike, and we have a bottom. We have 2 sides right here. Here's one. And here's the other one. 2 sides. And the bottom cut out. And a handy dandy handle. we'll sew that in top and bottom, and we'll have something where we can carry the thing with. Now I've got to figure out what I want to tool on this thing. So I'll have to sit down with the computer and see what kind of pictures I can come up with or to put on this. I've been neglecting my duties as photographer here while making this shaving kit, but I got it tooled, put the Irish shield, Fletcher shield on here, and on the other side I put 3 horses' heads. Now, I sewed in the zipper. Hard to do this kind of stuff with one hand, but anyway, we got a zipper. Get a little light here, can't see very well. And no comment on my crappy sewing. But it's pretty deep, hold a lot of shaving crap. And to sew this together, I had to sew it with the inside of the leather out. After I got done sewing it, I turned it inside out. Here, and I'm going to take that and rub it into the edges here where the most moisture would get in and rot out the sewing. After I get the mink oil in the crevices, then I have this neat lac. The neat lac will spread all over the leather, and it will change its color a little darker and highlight all of the tooling, as well as protect the leather of the case from the elements. So here we go. I got it finished. Here it is. Put on a loop to carry it around with, and it hides right in there. Got the Irish Fletcher shield. I put some wax in edges here, and then put neat lac over the top of it. So, and then we got our zipper here. So it'll open up. And there we are. That's a shaving kit case.